Good morning, students. Welcome to today's English class, and let's continue the one-act play from where we stopped. And when we stopped the one-act play, that is the proposal, I hope you know what was happening. I hope you remember. Right? And proposal, and this is written by Anton Chekhov, the Russian writer. We know about three characters: Chubukov, Natalia, and Lomov. Lomov, okay. And we also know that Chubukov and Natalia are father and daughter. Mr. Lomov, a young man, is the neighbor of these people, and when we stopped the one play, we were at a particular point where an argument was going on between Natalia and Lomov over Oxen Meadows. Natalia and Lomov, they both argue over this Oxen Meadows issue. It's a land of 13.5 acres. 13.5 acres. They both argue that they are the true owners, they are the real owners of that land. And they both also put forward the history, the evidences, this and that. And while arguing severely, when the argument goes to a peak, Chubukov, who was inside the home, enters and tries to pacify them. But when he comes to know that Lomov was arguing very seriously that he was and he is the owner of that Oxen Meadows, and Mr. Chubukov denies, similar to his daughter, saying that Mr. Lomov is not the owner of these Oxen Meadows, and both the father and the daughter are the owners of that. And there are evidences too. They claim this. And another thing, unable to bear this unfairness, unable to bear this unethical argument, Mr. Lomov feels a kind of palpitation in his heart, because his heart starts beating irregularly. It loses its regular heartbeat, and some kind of inconvenience is being felt by him at the time. Then he also feels that there is a pull on his left shoulder. And while stepping out, he says that his left foot has gone to sleep. That means his left foot has become totally inactive. And he was feeling to have some water, and he shouts for water. Somebody help me with water. Somebody give me water. They keep arguing. He keeps shouting like this, right? And he also says that he will take this matter to the court. Who says this? Lomov says that he will take this dispute to the court to sort it out. Then, right, and Natalia take it to court. We will see Lomov staggers out. That means Lomov moves out with great difficulty of that room. Chubukov, devil take him. He walks about in excitement. Natalia, what a rascal! What trust can one have in one's neighbors after that? Chubukov, the villain, the scarecrow. Natalia, the monster. First he takes out land, and then he has the impudence to abuse us. Now here, both father and daughter, they keep abusing, they keep cursing this Lomov for saying that he was the owner of that Oxen Meadows. And another thing else, and here Natalia says that the monster, first he takes our land, then he has the impudence to abuse us. Okay, he has the impudence. That means he was quite unfair, and he was rash in his behavior, arrogant in his behavior, all these things. Okay, next thing. Chubuko, and the blind head, yes, that turning ghost has the confounded cheek to make a proposal and so on. What a proposal? Natalia, what proposal? Chubuko, why he came here so as to propose to you? Natalia, to propose to me? Why didn't you tell me so before? So here, Chubuko keeps saying that he has come here to propose you, which Natalia did not know actually. Because Chubuko went inside the home in the beginning stages of this one-act play after meeting Lomo who came to propose. Of course, Chubuko knows that, but he thinks that this matter will be shared between themselves and they will agree each other. That's what he thought, and without informing anything to his daughter, he sends Natalia to meet him. And now Natalia came to know that Mr. Lomo has come to propose her, seek her hand. Lomo has come to seek her hand. Okay? And she asks her father to propose to me. Why didn't you tell me so before? She asks a question to her father. Why didn't you tell me so before? That means, why did you tell me? Why didn't you inform it to me in advance? Okay? Chubuko, so he dresses up in evening clothes, the stuffed sausage, the wizen-faced frump. Now he is using all kinds of insulting words which he could. Okay? Natalia, to propose to me, falls into an easy chair and waits. Bring him back, bring him here. Now she starts feeling a kind of inconvenience when she heard that Lomo has come to propose her, Lomo has come to seek her hand. And then she falls back into the easy chair and starts shouting, he has come to propose me, please bring him back, please bring him back, bring him here. She keeps shouting at her father, she keeps saying these things to her father. Another thing, Chubuko, bring whom here? And Mr. Chubuko, her father, was in a doubt and he asked a question. You said, bring him here, but whom do you want me to bring here? That's it. Natalia, quick, I am ill, fetch him, his tears. No, Natalia keeps saying that, quick, bring him here, quick. I am ill, that means she is unable to move forward because she lost all her physical energy. When she came to know that Lomo has come to propose her, hysterics, that means she shouts in a wild way, in a mad way. Okay, Chubuko, what is that? What is the matter with you? Clutches at his head. Oh, unhappy man that I am. I will shoot myself, I will hang myself. We have done for her. Now Chubuko understands the fact that Natalia is shouting to get Lomo back to her. And now he clutches at his head, that means he holds his head like this. What a mad thing I have done. I have to shoot myself, I have to hang myself. What have I done for her? Chubuko starts feeling. Okay? Natalia, I am dying, fetch him. Now Natalia says one more thing. She adds one more thing. I am dying, she says, fetch him. That means get him here, go and get him here. Chubuko, at once, don't yell. Chubuko says, at once, don't yell, that means don't shout. Runs out, a pause, and Natalia Stepanova wails. A pause. There was a break, and Natalia Stepanova wails. That means she cries in a sad voice. Next thing, Natalia, what have they done to me? Fetch him back, fetch him. A pause. Chubuko runs in. See what she says here is, what have they done to me? Fetch him back, fetch him back. That means get him back, get him back. What have they done to me? That means what bad thing has been done to me by those people. Okay? Chubuko, he is coming and so on, devil take to him yourself. I don't want to. Now he is a devil. I think the devil which is being mentioned here might be the name of the dog. Okay, and here Chubuko is ordering the dog, devil get him. Okay, take him to talk to him yourself. I don't want to. Natalia wails, fetch him. Chubuko yells, he's coming, I'll tell you. Oh, what a burden, Lord, to be the father of a grown-up daughter. I will cut my throat, I will indeed. We cursed him, abused him, drove him out, and it's all you. No, it was you. Now both the father and the daughter are arguing between themselves. And see, he is expressing his anger, he is expressing his anguish, he is expressing his sadness. All these things at a time by using different kinds of words here. See what he says here is, he is coming, I'll tell you, oh, what a modern Lord to be the father of a grown up daughter. His daughter Natalia is a grown up girl. She is already 25 years. She has her own opinion, she has her own feelings, she has her own ideas. So she is a major. She has all rights to take care of herself. She has all rights to lead her own family, to lead her own life. And keeping this thing in mind, Chubukov says, what a burden it is to have a grown-up daughter. It's not that easy to maintain a grown-up daughter. Okay? Next thing. I will cut my throat, I will indeed. We cursed him, abused him, drove him out, and it's all you. Now, Mr. Chubukov is trying to push the blame on Natalia. All this thing has happened because of you. You are the reason for that. But Natalia denies and she says, no, it is you. Chubukov, I tell you, it's not my fault. Lomo appears at the door. Now you talk to him yourself. He exits. Lomo enters exhausted. Now after a while, Lomo, who went out, comes back, stays at the door, and says, now you talk to him yourself. Chubukov says these words to his daughter. Now you talk to him yourself. Saying this, he exits, that means he leaves the place, and Lomo enters. What is that? Exhausted, that means he was totally tired. He has no energy, he has no power in his body. He's feeling so weak. Okay? Another one, Lomo, my heart is palpitating awfully, my foot has gone to sleep. There is something that keeps pulling in my side. Now Lomo is talking about his exhausted situation. He's talking about his bodily condition. And what he says here is, my heart is palpitating awfully, that means very badly. Palpitating means beating irregularly. The regular beat has lost its rhythm and his heart is beating in an irregular way. Okay? My foot has gone to sleep, that means his left foot has gone totally inactive. There is something that keeps pulling in my side. He's talking about his bodily ailment. His left shoulder is feeling that something is pulling it out. Right? Natalia, forgive us, Ivan Vasilyevich, we were all a little heated. I remember now, Olsen Meadows really are yours. Now, the real thing has come out from Natalia Stepanova. She says that she remembers now and she has made a mistake for insulting him. She says that, and what she says is, forgive us, Ivan Vasilyevich, we were all a little heated. I remember now, Olsen Meadows really are yours. Now she agrees the fact. Now she acknowledges, saying that she is not at all the owner of that 13.5 acres land called Olsen Meadows. Instead, Lomo is the real owner of that. Okay, Lomo, my heart is beating awfully, my meadows, my eyebrows are twitching. Now Lomo, he is repeating that. His heart is palpitating, means beating irregularly. There is a twitch on his eyebrow. His eyebrows are twitching. And he is just repeating it, my meadows, my Olsen Meadows. Okay? Natalia, the meadows are yours. Yes, yours. Do sit down. They sit. We were wrong. Natalia Stepanova agrees that she and her father were wrong, and she is just reassuring him, you are the owner of that area called Olsen Meadows, and that Olsen Meadows belongs to you. Okay? Natalia, sorry. Lomo, I did it on principle. My land is worth little to me, but the principle, I did it on principle. That means he did it wantonly because he knows the fact that he is the real owner of that. And he also agrees the fact that, what is that? The value of that land is not that worth mentioning. It is only a little valued land, but he has a principle. That means he has values. Okay? And next thing, Natalia, here's the principle just so. Now let us talk of something else. Now here Natalia Stepanova tries to divert the matter and she says the same thing. Yes, of course, principle. It's okay. Now let us try to talk about something else. Let us forget this matter and enter into some other matter. Step into some other matter. Right? Right. Next thing. The more so as I have evidence, my aunt's grandmother gave the land to your father's grandfather's presents. Now he is repeating that evidence, whatever the evidence he has. His what is that? his aunt's grandmother has given this land to the peasants of Natalia Stepanova's father's grandfather, something like the peasants of the forefathers of Natalia Stepanova. Okay. Natalia, yes, let that pass aside. I wish I knew how to get him started. Lord, are you going to start shooting soon? No, she is trying to divert the matter. Aside, that means she is talking to herself. She says, what is that? Let this pass. Okay? I wish I knew how to get it started. She is talking to herself. She has an idea how to make him get into the matter. And now loudly she says one more thing. Are you going to start the shooting soon? Then see. Lamo, I am thinking of having to go at the Black Hawk on a Natalia Stepanova after the harvest. Oh, have you heard? Just think what a misfortune I have had. My dog, guess who you know, has gone lame. Now here, Mr. Lomov, Ivan Vasilovich Lomov is talking about something else. What he says is, he has to go to the Black Hawk. Given here as Black Hawk in blue letters, and let's see what it means. Black Hawk. A male grouse, which is a type of bird. The Black Hawk is the name of a bird. Okay, a male grouse. And he says that I'm to go to the Black Hawk on another set now after the harvest. Oh, have you heard? Just think, what a misfortune I have had. My dog, guess whom you know, has gone lame. What a pity, why? I don't know. Must have got twisted or bitten by some other dog. Size, my very best dog, to say nothing of the expense. I gave Mirano 125 rubles for him. Now he is talking about his dog. He says that his dog has gone lame, that means his dog has become inactive due to some kind of accident. Might have got its leg twisted, or some other dog might have bitten its leg. That means it is limping. It is not, I would say it is unable to walk properly as usual. And here he also talks about the cost he has given to a person called Mirano, and the cost of the dog which he got from Mirano was 125 rubles. And he loves the dog very much. But the same dog has gone lame, that means the same dog started to limp. Okay? Another thing. It was too much, Ivan Vasilovich. Lamo, I think it was very cheap. He is a first rate dog. Papa gave 85 rubles for his squeezer, and squeezer is heaps better than guess. Now Natalia Stepanova slowly got succeeded in diverting the topic. Now she has taken a chance to contradict the rate given by Lomo to his dog. And what was the cost? It was 125 rubles. Now she says that it is too much. Spending 125 rubles for such kind of dog is too much. And she also talks about another dog which her dad owns. And she says that Papa gave 85 rubles for his squeezer, and squeezer is heaps better than guess. Now check this one, girls. She says about a dog which her father owns, and she says that her father has given only 85 rubles, and the dog's name is Squeezer. Squeezer heaps better than guess. Now guess is the name of another dog. Okay? And check this one. Lomo, Squeezer better than guess. What an idea of Squeezer better than guess. Of course he is better. Of course Squeezer is young. He may develop a bit, but on points and pedigree he is better than anything that even Volchanetsky has got. On a comparison between the dog breeds is being brought here. When Stepanova said that Squeezer is better than guess, and here Mr. Lobo laughs. What? Squeezer is better than guess? That means Squeezer and guess are the names of two dogs which are owned by which are owned by Chunko and his daughter. And when he laughs, when a comparison was brought, listening to his laugh and looking at his expressions, she says one thing. Of course he is better. Of course, Squeezer is young. He may develop a bit. Squeezer is a young dog. She still has a chance to grow. Okay, but on points and pedigree, he is better than anything than even Volchanetsky has got. This is the name of another character, Volchanatsi. He too has another dog. And here she is bringing a comparison, saying that whatever the dog Mr. Volchanatsi owns, she claims that her squeezer is better than that dog too. No, excuse me, Natalia Stepanova, but you forgot that he is overshot. And an overshot always means the dog is a bad hunter. Now here, if you take a look at this word called overshot, check this one, the meaning given here is referring to your dog's upper jaw which is longer than lower jaw. That means this is a different kind of dog. Okay? This is a different kind of dog which has a different kind of shape. And the meaning clearly given here is says that upper jaw is longer than its lower jaw. Upper jaw longer, okay, than the lower jaw. That means lower jaw is a bit shorter, upper jaw is a bit longer. In this way, the dog's mouth looks. And here Mr. Lamo is giving us the idea about this. What is that? But you forget that he is overshot, and an overshot always means the dog is a bad hunter. When Natalia was saying that her squeezer is better than any other dog, he says that squeezer is an overshot. Overshot means the upper jaw of the dog is longer and the lower jaw is shorter. And any dog with this kind of feature is considered a bad hunting dog. Natalia, overshot easy, the first time I hear of it. Lamo, I assure you that his lower jaw is shorter than the upper. Natalia, have you measured? Yes. He is alright at following, of course, but if you want him to get hold of anything, Natalia, in the first place, our squeezer is thoroughbred animal, the son of harness and chisels. While there is no getting at the pedigree of your dog at all, he is old and as ugly as one out-capped horse. When Lomo said that it's overshot, Natalia asked him a question. Did you measure it? Did you take the length? Did you measure it? Then he says, yes. He has measured the lower jaw and the upper jaw of that dog. And he also says something. He's alright at following, of course, but if you want him to get hold of anything. Now he talks about a plus point. He says that the dog which he called as overshot is good at taking the orders. He's good at following the orders. But the problem arises only when the dog is asked to hold something with its jaws. Then the problem arises. And here, in the first place, our squeezer is a thoroughbred animal. Check this one, girls. The meaning given here is purebred. Bred for many generations from members of a recognized breed. That means it is from a very, very good breed. She is complimenting her squeezer. The son of harness and chisels. That is the names of these squeezer's parents, the two dogs. Harness and chisels. While there is no getting the pedigree of your dog at all, he is old and ugly as a worn-out horse, worn-out cab horse. Now here she is talking about the history of this dog owned by Mr. Lomo, and she says that she is not at all a good breed. Lomo is old, but I wouldn't take 5 squeezers for him. Why? How can you guess he's a dog? As for squeezer, well, it is too funny to argue. Anybody you like has a dog as good as squeezer? You may find them under every bush almost. 25 rupees will be a handsome price to pay for him. Now Lomo, unable to take the comments passed by Natalia Stepanova about his dog, he says that the dog which is owned by Natalia Stepanova, which is called squeezer, he says that it is found everywhere under any bush, and spending 25 rupees is more than enough. That means he is indirectly commenting that her father has spent more money on the dog called squeezer, because she already said that her father Chubuko had spent 85 rubles, and now he says that 85 rubles is more than required, and they have spent unnecessary amount for that squeezer, because he says that his dog is better than 5 squeezers at a time. Lomo, Natalia, there is some demon of contradiction on you today. In you today, Ivan Vasilovich. First you pretend that the medals are yours, now that guess is better than squeezer. I don't like people who don't say that what they mean. Because you know perfectly well that Squeezer is 100 times better than your silly guess. Why do you want to say he isn't? Now here, Natalia Stakhanova got another chance. Now she's talking about the way Mr. Lomo was contradicting. Because he first contradicted that that he was the owner of that oxen medals. Of course he was the owner, but now what is that? Natalia Stakhanova agreed. Now she's talking about the oxen. She says that why he's contradicting like that since the time he came to meet her. And another thing, she is not welcoming the argument, and she says that why Mr. Lomo is just insulting her dog Squeezer, and why he is trying to put his dog Guess above than her dog called Squeezer. And she is also asking a question, why do you behave like this? What's the reason behind for your behavior like this? Lomo, I see Natalia Stakhanova, that you consider me either blind or a fool. You must realize that Squeezer is overshot. You must realize that Squeezer is overshot. Now here Lomo is continuing with the same thing. Yes, don't think I am a blind man and a fool. Your Squeezer is overshot. That means your Squeezer dog's upper jaw is longer and its lower jaw is shorter. Natalia, it is not true. Lomo, he is. Natalia, it's not true. Lomo, why short man? Natalia, why talk lot? It's awful. It's time your guess was short and you compare with him. Sorry, you compare him with Squeezer. But they both keep arguing. He says that her Squeezer was overshot. She says no. He says yes. She says no. Once again, after that, she says one thing. It's time that your dog guess will be shot to death. Okay? Natalia says, and you compare him with Squeezer, it's time for your dog to die. Natalia says to Lomo, another thing, Squeezer, and you want to compare your guess, which is worth only getting shot to death, compared to my dog. She says, excuse me, I cannot continue this discussion, my heart is palpitating. Natalia, I have noticed that those hunters argue most who know least. Now once again Mr. Lomo talks about his ailment. He says that his heart is palpitating. His heart is palpitating. And listen to his complaint. She says that she knew one thing, that hunters argue most who know least. That means she is considering Mr. Lomo as the person who has least knowledge, because Lomo goes to hunting with his dog sometimes. Lomo, ma'am, please be silent. My heart is going to pieces. Shouts, shut up. Now Mr. Lomo says one thing, shouting in a loud voice. My heart is going to pieces. That means my heart might get broken to pieces at any time. Shut up. He shouts loudly. Natalia, I shall not shut up until you acknowledge the Squeezer is 100 times better than your guess. Now, once again she started arguing with him. She entered into an argument with him. First it was about the oxen medal, now it is about the comparison between his dog and her dog. Her dog name is Squeezer and his dog name is Guess. 100 times worse. Be hanged to your Squeezer. His head, eyes, shoulder. But Lomo did not step back. He kept his argument continuing. He says that his dog Guess is 100 times better than the dog of Natalia Stakhanova, and that was Squeezer. Natalia, there's no need to hang your silly Guess. He is half dead already. And Natalia says, no need to hang with your dog. Your dog is already half dead. Lomo weeps, shut up, my heart is bursting. Lomo says, Lomo says angrily, shut up, my heart is bursting. That means his heart is going to die. I shall not shut up, Chubuko Ventus. Natalia says that she will not shut up. Now Chubuko Ventus, and see what he says here. What's the matter now? Papa, tell us truly, which is the better dog, of Squeezer or his Guess? Silly arguments, girls here. Check this one. Now she is asking her dad to give a judgment. Which dog is the better dog? whether they squeeze out or his guess. Okay girls, the time is up. Let's complete it tomorrow. I think tomorrow the lesson might come to an end. Sorry, one actually might come to an end. Thank you.